Had
Oh yeah, that was great. What about the ball? Hide
Yeah,
the ball? That was
yeah.
fabulous. Yeah, Bill
that
Eisner told me that.
the 51 team or whatever
Yeah.
was their 50th anniversary.
Yep.
So
Yeah, great.
I'm sure they'll come up with something for
Oh yeah,
next
everybody's
year.
got stuff. That's what makes athletics great. Is that, see, athletics unfortunately are always much better in retrospect than they are when you go through them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what you try to tell kids. Don't quit, don't give up, because 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're going to look back at this in a very different way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too bad that some kids just don't stick with it.
The older we get, the better we were.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing indeed.
Yeah, that's good.
Everybody jump, jump, jump. Getting jiggy with it. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Everybody jump, jump, jump. Getting jiggy with it. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up. Jump, 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 jump up and get down.
Hello again, sports fans. Jeff Cook reporting. This is Sports Chat. It's September 7th, week number 462 of the modern incarnation of Sports Chat. Happy Labor Day to you all. Meaning Coach of the Year is your dad.
He's my dad.
So did that factor in to your decision about coaching at all? Knowing how proud he would be?
He coached whatever sport my whole life, whatever it may be. So I kind of grew up with having a coach in the household. When Julia had approached me to coach, I thought, well, at least I know I have a resource behind me. And we got together that first summer and talked some strategies and things. But we kind of, as I learned more, we go to each other, because I believe in really working out the whole core and not just running. We do a lot of ab and core work. And a lot of it was new things that he'd never tried. We do battle ropes. If you've seen the battle ropes, we have the ropes. We do medicine balls, things that he's kind of old school. He wasn't up to, so we share that. He gives me a lot of strategy because I never ran cross country and he ran from college up. And he's just got so much, it all comes intuitive to him. He does it without even thinking, where I have to get my pen and pencil out to figure out times and stuff. But he's been a great mentor. In fact, he's coming to work to help with these guys probably this week on track. They don't know that yet, but he comes out and he cheers them. I know.
How
he
long is that going to
retired,
last, right?
No.
Talk about China and just the experience of representing our country. Talk about that.
Well, it was actually in Shanghai, China, actually. I was a little nervous at first, but once you get to meet everybody from all over the world, it's really interesting.
Shanghai must be a busy place. It's not exactly like Adams County. I mean, I had to battle the traffic on the square in New Oxford to get here, but
It's
nothing like that in Shanghai, right?
It's sort of like New York, sort of. Like if you don't pay attention in China where you're going, and like if you want to cross your street or something and you don't pay attention,
Yeah.
they'll hit you.
Yeah, and asking directions
yeah.
might not get you too far, right?
And
How's your Mandarin?
Actually, the volunteers in China,
Yeah.
they were pretty friendly, because we were cooked up in our hotel. We had to go back to the hotel and stuff, and they would play games with us, and we would get to know them.
Nice.
And one of the Chinese people that I became really good friends with, we still keep in touch.
Coach, how do you feel about your players being involved with other sports?
I think it's good. I think you want to see them well-rounded. I've never been one that thinks you should focus on one thing, unless you get to a point where you're going into your junior year and you're looking like Division I, and then I think it's important to, if you're looking to go and do that, that's one thing. But I think my daughter played 3 sports, so I was a big proponent of that when.
She's not in the WNBA, right?
No, she's not.
So,
No.
girls, I hate to break it to you, but none of you are probably going to make it to the WNBA. So, but I mean, it seems like you freshmen, it seems like it's going to be forever, but we know, Coach and I, the time goes fast, and treasure every minute out there, and make the most of it. If you want to play other sports, I think that's great. I agree. It adds to being a well-rounded athlete. Anybody else play other sports? Okay, look, every hand goes up. Almost every hand. So, we talk about the NFL, but Eric plays in the Canadian Football League. So how cool is that? And tell us about your journey from New Oxford High School through college, how you ended up with the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Do we have enough time for all of it?
Well, yeah, I'm sure we do. There's no time limit.
Yeah. So obviously I went to New Oxford. I graduated in 08, and it was a.
Matt Muller was your coach. We already pinned that down.
Yes, he was, and I was a 3-sport athlete at New Oxford. I did football, basketball, and track. I would say I excelled at track actually, like individually, more as far as state medals. And
what were your events?
Long jump was my main event. I did triple jump as well. I did high jump and 4x1, anchored the 4x1 team. And once in a while, I ran the 100 when I thought I could win.
And did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
All right. Experience of bonding with your brothers, that kind of thing. You're in a shared mission together. You're trying to achieve, and
But if you've never been through it, it's kind of different. You know, for me, the thing that I regard the most is when the kids are done, do they respect you? I mean, it's tough to treat every one of them equally and have them understand equally, but you know, when it's all said and done and they graduate, you always hope that they can say, you know, I'm glad I was part of it. If I had to do it all over again, I'd do the same thing. They come back to see you, you know, when they're home from college or the military or whatever. So it's always, for me, it's always been, I hope that I've done the right things, that the kids still respect me when they leave the program.
it's great to win, but you're right, there's a lot more to it. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. You're always a player's coach, and you always like being around the players. And whenever you see them in the hallways, you're like,
Yeah.
you know, what's going on? How you doing today? you know, you're always checking on them, and that's a great thing to see.
In sports, I think you definitely have to put the NCAA tournament committee in there. Syracuse got snubbed big time with getting into the tournament. I think they deserved it. You look at a team like Wake Forest, they made it. Yes, they do have to play in-game against Kansas State, but Syracuse definitely got snubbed. They have 6 top 50 wins in college basketball this season.
Around the horn here, because you mentioned Littlestown and New Oxford boys and girls alive in the district plays. I think some of those teams are playing tonight, aren't they?
Yes, Spring Grove and New Oxford play tonight.
They've met twice already, and
Right.
Spring Grove has won twice, and Eli Brooks is. We're going to have a game for you later on in the off season here. We did record that game. He's headed to Michigan. Pretty good, pretty nice ball player. 2,000 career point scorer.
Yeah, that game's not a game you should overlook either.
No, and
because in the second game, New Oxford was up by 20 at one point.
Were they really?
Yeah.
And lost.
And New Oxford Spring Grove stormed back. So,
Yeah.
and we still don't know if Drew Gordon's playing tonight. He still has pneumonia. That's a big factor. Ball handler to take off the pressure for Eli.
Yeah. Right. So field hockey. How long have you each been playing the sport?
6 years for most of us.
6 years, all of us.
6
yeah.
years. So that would put you, if my math is correct, 6th grade.
7th grade.
7th grade, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So was middle school when you started playing 7th grade. What first attracted you to the sport of field hockey? I mean, did your moms play it? You know, and men play it actually. It's an Olympic sport in men's field hockey, correct? India, I think, is very good. Pakistan. But what drew you to hockey, field hockey?
Well, I think the aggression really drew me. But
Then I have a sport for you. Okay, go ahead.
But honestly, because like me and Reagan have been friends for a while, and we just wanted to like play together, and I think
Yeah.
it was a good.
There's something about a team bond, and to me, I mean, if I were a great athlete, maybe golf would be okay, tennis, but at least they have a ball. But you know, just to be part of a team, to be part of something greater than yourself, I think that's what's appealing to me as well. So, Kelsey, chime in on that. What drew you to hockey?
Honestly, we played it in gym class in like 6th and 7th grade, and I just really liked it. So.
Did you find you were good at it? I mean, do you think, hey, this is something I can really do?
At the time, no. My gym teacher actually told me I shouldn't. So, but here we are.
That's not nice.
Yeah, I know.
Why discourage someone? And here you are. All right, so talk about your season. I know you just recently got knocked out in the district playoffs in the first round, right? And who did the dirty deed?
Boiling Springs.
The Bubblers. Oh, that wasn't nice. And 4-0? What was the score?
2-0.
2-0. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it sound worse. It was bad enough already. Of former Warrior wrestlers in the crowd.
Oh, yeah. We have a huge following, and Trevor's family is always the first ones. Whether we're home or away, they're always the first ones in the stands. At the Giant Center this past weekend, the Gallagher and Keller family were first in line to get into the Giant Center. And that's just that family tradition that builds up year after year and generation after generation. And his family's a huge testament to that. I hope we can get some other cousins involved to keep that family coming back.
What about the alumni event of a couple of years ago? Didn't you wrestle your brother? And I mean, there were lots of. Is that in the rearview mirror for good, or?
No, we've done it 4 times. Legends are legends. It started off as Legends of Adams County, and then we would mix it up a little bit and have Adams County versus Outsiders, things of that nature. And we do it as a fundraiser.
I guess COVID was the main reason you got shut down.
People calling for the backup, put the. Whoa, Nelly.
We're getting dive bombed now.
We're
Can the show get canceled because of bees? Oh man, I'm going to try to get combat pay out of this gig.
But with the games, you had TCU beat Oklahoma State in double overtime, 43-40. So you're starting to get a little of the contenders and the pretenders as we get through. We got 2 more weeks until the college football. Nelly, it's
now that it's like the Red Baron. Oh my God.
I think we have to.
Okay, we got a cacophony of bee action here.
Yeah.
Now they're landing on. They just want to get the latest information.
So, yeah.
These are Yellow Jackets and.
Not Georgia Tech.
No, not Georgia Tech. But let's not infuriate them. Jack Cook, he lives in North Carolina. He's a diehard Philly Eagles fan. I told him I was going to call him tonight. I said, well, with this parade, it might not work out, but I'm going to call out my cousin. He listens to WIP every day, the Philly Sports Talk. So the World Series is guaranteed to be still going on next Tuesday. First game Friday night. Mm-hmm. Projected starters, what? Wheeler and
I think Verlander.
Verlander.
I mean, he's got all that rest there.
Because
I'm like, Ohio State's not going to lose. It's at home. They haven't beat Ohio State in Columbus since 2000. So, so here we are.
It was a long-awaited time.
Yes. All right. So,
stand by, viewers. Don't try this at home.
Well, you can, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Corey's a good sport about this.
I was thinking we should get back to pumpkin again, like 2019.
Yeah, that was the pumpkin bet.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Here we are. Go Blue. Great for being a good sport.
Yes.
And I'm sorry you had to do this, but I love it.
Corey. It never looked so good. That's a good look for you, for sure.
I try.
Yeah. Whipped cream, so.
Everybody jump, jump, jump. Getting jiggy with it. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Everybody jump, jump.
We're trying to change the culture, not just for the girls basketball program. I talk to them after every game. Like the mindset right now from some people is they come to Fairfield, it's kind of hey, we're going to go in there and we're going to beat them. Like we want to change that narrative, not just in girls basketball, but the whole athletic department. Sure. You're going to come to Fairfield and you're going to be in for a battle. We're going to give it 110% each and every night, and it's not going to be an easy victory for you.
You have to earn that win.
You're going to earn that, exactly.
There's a bond there between us guys, and we all talk about we have practice plans. We know what we're doing, like a 2-week outlook. We know what's going to happen before 2 weeks ahead of time, and that's what we work on. Of course, unless Bailey or Chelsea comes up and says, hey, I'd like to work on this, then we'll alter it a little bit.
Well, how much BP do you have at a typical practice? That's batting practice, in case anybody out there doesn't know what it means.
Towards the end of the season, we went live pitching. We had some pitchers come back. that played, that are in college now, and the last 2 weeks. We start off on every days, which is fundamental for, we're covering the bunt, we're doing short hops, we're doing backhands, forehands. We kind of got away from that a little bit during the middle of the season, and when we started seeing the slump happen, we brought it back in about 3/4 of the way through the season.
Yeah, I mean,
it's more of a team game. There's not really too much one-on-one action. It's more about team. It's about passing. It's about the little stuff, cutting the right way. It's about the little like fakes and pivots in the lanes, little stuff like that. So it's a small aspect like that I kind of learned, and definitely we see it in the game too, because like there's times where Willie Sokovic and Philip, the 6'9" Serbian, will be on the court and they literally know where each other are going to be, and they literally hit each other for a layup all the time, just playing a two-man game, and we call it the Serbian connection too. So.
I love it. That's great. That's great.
Is that the player, the relationship with the player is more important than the X's, the O's, and that without that helping them find their potential.
Yeah.
Without that, it's
absolutely.
And you can't do that without a relationship.
Well, right. And one of the things that I really tried to key on taking over in September was I need to draw some emotion out of them. If you want to lead other people or you want to lead men, then you have to make them feel as though you care about them. If you make them feel like you care about them, they will fight to the end for you. And it's not that you want to make them feel I genuinely care. I want to make sure they're going to school or they're headed towards their trade or headed for the right job. Staying out of trouble. Are their grades okay? What do they need help with? Do they need tutored? And then when we get to the field, are we working hard? Are we being a good teammate? Are we doing everything we need to do to be prepared? And so. I just really wanted to make sure that they understood I cared about them, and I think that showed as well because, right down to the very last out in Shippensburg, they were just warriors the entire time. So.
I think for me, it kind of just helps you, stay grounded on your, if I just focused on football, I'd probably get a little bit, it'd be a little harder to get locked in for the season. Mm-hmm. But having those other sports to, take my mind off of football when it's not football time, even though we're still working in the off season, but it really keeps you grounded more so than you would be if you just played football.
I'd say using different sports, you get more muscle, different types of muscles in your body get used, and then you build more, and it all relates back eventually to football.
That segue from football to basketball, all of a sudden you're finesse, laying the ball soft off the glass. And so that, you're using the different slow twitch muscles or whatever that they're called.
I talked a little bit to Corey before we started here today, and one of the things I think that really helped us, and the players can, respond to it, is, we never skipped a beat with practice. So if we had a great game or we had a bad game, practices were always good. We formulated a plan, we talked about the things we need to work on, we went to the practice field, and we worked on it.
What's a typical practice, the routine? Can you take us through that?
Players, you want to take them through?
Did you calisthenics, sprints, anything like that?
So we're pretty consistent with our practice. I feel like every day was the same, which helped us a lot. But our practice, we get there early. Before we even go up to the field, we talk about as a collective group what we need to get done, what our goals for every day is, and I feel like it was just a game every day that we had to win every day, and that's what we did.
Screwball is no screwball.
Absolutely not.
I have a housekeeping item I need to take care of.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Corey. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe I'll get discovered. You get a contract down in Nashville. Who knows?
So you're not just pressing. Normally, pressing teams press on makes and on dead balls. We press on a miss.
Yeah.
And so we were pressing two on the ball.
So looking at fast break as well on the offense.
Absolutely. We want to shoot the ball in 10 seconds or less. And so that's why the threes come into play a lot as well. It gives a lot of times that's your quickest shot. But You know, the difference between what you see at Grinnell or Redlands is they have a shot clock, and we don't. And so, like, if you watch Tennessee or you watch any of these Division III programs, they can run and jump, and if the team clears out and they're able to bring that ball up, they can play man, and they can still force them to shoot it. At the high school level, where we don't have a shot clock, we can't do that. Because a smart coach can literally just clear out, bring the ball up, and they can just run their man offense. They can slow the game down. So we have to trap.
You know, the way with Anthony Davis, you know, couldn't finish the game itself there, and then he gets hurt.
Yeah, he had a triple-double, or so he had a great game.
And now he's out for multiple weeks with a groin injury there, so who knows what that is. You look...
Well, it's actually an area between your legs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. I walked myself into that. But you know, looking at the Mavs right now.
I'm just seeing if the FCC, they are watching this. I thought they wouldn't be watching trivia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'll be on the blooper reel. I think Jordan's going to cut that one out there, but...
I hope not.